Madam Vice Chair Lowe, you ready to call ourselves to order?
Okay, it is, by my 1 clock, it's 3:03, so we'll go with that. None of my clocks are the same. So this meeting is officially called to order. I am filling in because Mr. Barber, our lovely chairperson, is going to be running late, but he should be here. Miss Stephanie Cook, do you want to go ahead with roll call?
Sure, I do. Okay, Alexander.
Present.
Barber, we're expecting him. Brooks. Kane. He's here. He may have gone out to come back in. Yeah, he's here. Carter. Childress. Eldridge. Lowe.
Here.
Maxwell. Matheson. Mull.
Present.
Robertson.
Here, that is.
Shimenor.
Here.
Simmons.
Take care.
Spangler. Villanueva.
Here.
Welch, she is running late. Ziegler. Okay. And I see that we have two guests, Miss Regis Basari and Marion Wildgruber. I love to see guests join us. Okay. I will circle back and do roll call again a little closer, maybe 4 or something.
Okay. Okay, so the next thing is the approval of the August retreat minutes. Is someone willing to make the first motion?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting.
Thank you, Joel Simmons. Is anyone able to make a second motion?
Seconded.
Thank you, Jackson Kane. So the motion is carried. So that's good. So the next section looks like we have 2 people.
Madam Vice Chair, I'm so sorry. Stephanie,
okay.
I'm so sorry. Just a point of order. Since you have a motion and a second, you just need to get the body all in favor, those opposed, so that we know there is no opposition. I'm sorry.
Okay. Even we have enough people to do that. Quorum is quorum met?
Dang it, no. All right.
Okay.
We do not have...
Can we revisit this before we adjourn?
Yes.
I'll make a note to remind Barber because hopefully he'll be adjourning us. I won't be the whole meeting.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can go on to the member advocacy and for member advocacy and information. Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, so we have Ms. Kanya Mull and Ms. Jessica Villanueva, who are each going to do their 5 minutes of advocacy. Who would like to go first?
I can go first if you'd like, Miss
Thank you,
Karen.
Ms. Conumula. I appreciate that. You have the floor.
Thank you. This is Small. Let me share my screen and we will get started. Okay, can you see my screen?
No.
Okay, let me try that again. Not used to Zoom. I'm used to Teams, so just bear with me. I'm sorry. Okay, now can you see it?
Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Okay. Wrong presentation. Okay. Today I would like to talk about smart technology. We hear a lot of it more and more these days. And I know from an MCO perspective, we're using a lot of it in the way we provide services to the individuals that we're serving, how our providers are providing individuals with staff shortages and stuff. So some of the things, I'm just going to go over a few items that are smart. And I know a lot of us are familiar with Alexa. I personally don't use Alexa, but I have seen it demonstrated in smart technology homes through DIDD. They have one in Greenville and one in Nashville and another one in West Tennessee. If you ever get the opportunity to tour one of those smart tech homes, you will be blown away of all the different devices that they have that's out there for anybody to use, whether you have a disability or not. So like with Alexa, you can always say, Alexa, turn on my kitchen lights, and she will turn the lights on, or Alexa, turn the lights off, and she'll turn them off. You can set Alexa for a dinner time, like at 7 o'clock is when you and your family eat dinner. Then at 7 o'clock, maybe some mood lighting comes on, a little soft music in the background. You can set Alexa up for all of that. And you can tell Alexa good night, and then everything can shut off for you. And this is just a presentation that we use at work, but I figured why create the wheel when all the information is already here. So a lot of this, some of this stuff may not apply to you guys. You can use Alexa to integrate different systems that you have in the house. So that's Alexa. The next thing that I'm really, and let me just do this. There we go. I'm sorry. One of the things is smart lighting. And I've never really thought about it until we started talking about this at work and started using it with some of our members for behavioral issues. Maybe someone has a lot of behaviors, or maybe sensory overload, or maybe they're stressed. These smart lights are they can be voice activated. They can be motion censored. They can change colors, and you can change the brightness up or down, and you can create a lighting schedule. When do you want these smart lights to come home? Maybe a person is living alone and they don't want to walk into a dark house. Well, maybe you set the lighting to be on 10 minutes before you walk in, and then you walk in and your lights are on. This is a particular LED smart bulb starter kit, and it comes with 2 smart light bulbs, but you can get these you don't have to go somewhere special to get these. If you want them, you can get them off Amazon. Amazon has a great selection of the smart lighting. I actually bought ours at, I think it was Walmart or Lowe's one, because I was so fascinated with the lights. I wanted my lights to be like Tennessee orange whenever it was game day. And so when it's game day, our lighting in our home is orange. And so I don't know if you've never had smart lighting, it will always change back to just regular lighting. And so that's what I love about these. Different seasons, you can change the lighting and things like that. But we play with ours quite a bit. And so that's another smart device that we're using as an MCO. That is just one. Yes.
I'm sorry. This is Stephanie. Are you showing us a device?
Yes. Are you seeing?
I am still seeing the telecommunication device presentation.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I was looking for you.
Okay. Now let me move this over. Hang on just a second. It's wanting to freeze on me. Oh. Well, where did it go? Bear with me.
You have the same tech troubles I do, sounds like.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Let's see. Let me move some. I'll tell you what, let me stop sharing real quick. And let me get back on track here. So let me see. Okay, I am back. I lost you guys. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but your name is in the black box. That's all we see.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, now do you see the slide that says smart things?
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. There we go. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I normally don't have issues like this. But this was Alexa. We was talking about Alexa. And this is the smart lighting that we were talking about. And I'll hurry up. I know I'm running out of time. But this is the smart lighting. And another really unique thing that I really like working with is like folks who get up in the middle of the night. We try to reduce the risk of falls in the home when we're dealing with our population and also our seniors. And so these are lights and outlet covers that have the lights that shine down onto the floor so you can see where you're going and see how to plug things up. This is a smart stove. When I first saw this, I thought this is fabulous. It senses movement and it will turn off if no movement is in front of the stove for 5 minutes. You can set this for a different timer if you like. It'll turn on if it senses movement and then provides a tone. You can set the amount of time in the settings online, and you can also set your settings through an app on your phone. And I'm going to play this little short video. It's just about a minute, and I want to see if you guys cannot hear it. Let me know. Here we go. Can you guys hear it?
Miss Kanya, your link may not work since you're in slideshow mode. I've had that issue with Zoom before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but I've had that issue, so I don't know.
Okay. Do I need to get out of slideshow?
Yeah, if you take it out of slideshow mode, it may let you
Okay.
click on the link.
Like from here? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm
Like I
not a
said, I don't-
technology expert, but I've run into that here at work. So
I appreciate that. Like I said, we don't use Zoom very rarely. We use it, and so I'm a little bit discombobulated. Let's see if you hear this now. Can you hear it?
This is Stephanie. I'm not hearing a thing, but we're at 22 after. Would you be willing to share this presentation
Sorry.
with us? I'm already wanting to go buy myself some of those lit. Oh shoot, what do you call them? The plug-ins that night your hall. I love that. Love that.
Yeah. I apologize for the technical issues. I will just conclude with, there are some smart light switches as well, and they can be controlled by your voice or by an automated application on your phone or your caregiver's phone, things like that. And then you also have your smart plug-ins. But I can go in more detail with this at another time if you'd like, but that's my tech talks for today. And I will stop sharing.
The technology amazes me. Paul has a question for you, Kanya.
Okay.
Do you mind sending that presentation to us so that we can read it later? So for the questions, do you mind sending that in presentation? Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know that she said earlier, yes, when we mentioned that. So perhaps she's having some technical problems. But yeah, that's a great question, Paul, because I want to see, and I want to be able to click the links on this gadgetry too. Thank you, Kanya. So helpful.
Thank you. The reason why I'm asking because I'm deaf and I can't speak, So, maybe there's some things that I can watch, I can have on my watch for the geo for the deaf. So maybe there's some things that the deaf people could use also. So that would be a good thing to incorporate. It's how the deaf could use it.
I'm sorry, I got disconnected. What was your comment?
Okay.
I think we're united as a Zoom.
Because I'm deaf myself, and I can't speak using this devices at home or, with the GEOFing. So I was wondering how we can use that because I can't speak using this device.
You can use it from your app on your phone. You can control everything from your phone. You don't have to use voice.
Yes, I understand that. The GEOF. Golfing, GEOFing. Do you know what he's referring to? Because I don't know what that is.
No, I don't.
GEO Golfins, GEOFing.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it. Like if I'm walking at home and the lights go off, the censoring of the lights to go on and off. I believe he's talking about any lights, any smart lights. I want to know about any of the smart lights.
Okay, I'll send some information.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Jessica Villanueva, you have the floor.
Hi, this is Jessica. I don't usually have the best luck with technology, so I think I'm just going to share some information and not risk messing with my screen. So what I was going to talk about today for our advocacy is it just so happens that September is Deaf Awareness Month. So I thought that would be a good topic to discuss. I just have a couple little bits of information and mostly resources that I can send out for anybody that's interested in any, further education or learning about some more information. So first, I don't think a lot of people know that September is Deaf Awareness Month. So first and foremost, that's exciting. We get emails through work through different agencies, and I had a newsletter sent to me from GLAD, which is the Greater Los Angeles Agency on Deafness. So although it's not Tennessee, they still sent out a bunch of good information to know. So the entire month is dedicated to deaf awareness. They have different events, seminars, and things that you can attend virtually almost every day this month. I have the link. I'll send that out. If you all want any more information. I think I sent it to Misha, but I'll send it in our chat here in a second too. So just some of the topics that they talk about. And actually, this is from the World Federation of the Deaf. It's their website and the seminars that they have. But they talk about different things like putting deaf people on the agenda, achieving sign language rights for all, building inclusive deaf communities, a world where deaf people everywhere can sign anywhere. And they're just different topics that are interesting. And I was looking over some of them. So they also have a really cool initiative. And this is something else that I sent Misha, but Stephanie, maybe you could help. And it's kind of short notice, but I thought that this would be so cool. September 23rd is International Day of Sign Language, and the World Federation for the Deaf has a challenge that's called Shine a Blue Light on Sign Languages, where they ask to do blue lights. So I thought it would be really neat if the bridge could have blue lights on September 23rd. I don't know what you have to do to get that done, but I thought that would be really cool if we could put in some kind of request to have a blue light on our bridge, because I know that they do that for different events to highlight different things. So I thought that would be so neat.
Well, it won't take an act of Congress, but
okay.
Close. I'm teasing. I am teasing. I'm pretty sure that I did see an email sent to the communications department about Blue for Deaf Awareness Month. So
Okay. I sent something to Misha, but I didn't hear back, so I didn't know if she got it.
Yeah. Well, I did see that. So I am making a note to myself to double check, and we will let you know the status as soon as possible, hopefully by Friday. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
The last thing that I'm going to talk about very quickly, there are actually people coming to my door as we speak, so I know they're going to be knocking on it soon. But they were supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something very quickly that Tennessee specifically has done. This is something that was actually passed in 2019, but it is still very relevant to everyone every day. But we passed a bill that changes all references in our literature from hearing impaired to deaf or hard of hearing or hearing loss. It's out of respect culturally and linguistically, just the signing of the word impairment. It just represents this brokenness, and it's just not an accurate word to use. Some people, my husband, he has hearing loss. And when I first met him, he said hearing impaired. And like, I would never tell someone with hearing loss how they identify, but I definitely told him that he does not need to say that. So I had to tell him, no, let's talk about it. So he now refers to himself as having hearing loss instead. So I'm hoping he'll use that with his patients and use correct verbiage instead. But a lot of people don't know that and still continue to use hearing impaired, and it's not accurate. And so anyway, that is my spiel. I will send out links and let me know if you have any questions.
There's a question by Monica. I wanted to inform everyone about an announcement that I have. Maybe some of you already know that this Saturday is Deaf Awareness Day, and it will be held at the Agnita Mark. It'll be about 150 or so people there, mostly deaf, that will embark on this area. So it would be a great opportunity for you guys to go. So I hope to see you guys there. You'll see a lot of sign language being used. They will have interpreters there at different places around the area and around the property there. So I hope to see you guys.
Monica, where did you say this is? Do you have a flyer you can email us?
ANAKEESTA.
Anakista. Oh, got you. Okay. All right. Is there a flyer or something that you could share?
Yes, you can find it on Facebook, but I will definitely send it out today after this meeting.
Okay. Miss Stephanie, do we want to go on to presentation, or do you need to do roll call again?
I think it would be good to go ahead with roll call again. And I will. Misha left me 74 pieces of paper. I love it. She's so thorough. Okay. I will just list the names that don't yet have a mark beside them, just for simplicity's sake. Barber.
Here.
Brooks. Carter.
Here.
Childress. Eldridge. Maxwell. saw her come in. She's waiting. She put her in chat too. Matheson, Spangler, Welch,
Here.
and Ziegler. Okay, so let's see here. We do now have a quorum. So if you would like to go back to the
Okay.
August retreat minutes before you turn it back to John.
Okay, so Joel Simmons made the first motion and Jackson Kane seconded the motion to approve the August retreat minutes. Is everyone in favor of approving those? Is there anyone opposed to the approval? Then motion carries. And John Barber, since you are now here, would you like to introduce our person presenting today, Mr. Harrell?
Karen,
Or
if
would
you
you
wouldn't
like
mind,
me to
just,
continue?
yeah, just carry on for a minute there, Karen.
Okay.
I'm still catching up. please.
So we're up to the presentation part, and this is Mr. Nick Harrell, who is going to present regarding Disability Resource Center public health inequities. So, Mr. Harrell, you have the floor.
Hello, my name's Nick Carroll. You'll have to forgive me if I'm coughing and losing my voice today. Me and my wife both tested positive for COVID, so I've been working from home and been coughing all day. So I'm newly hired. I started 3 weeks ago now, and my title is a social support specialist. I work for Disability Resource Center, and my goal is to address healthcare inequalities for people with disabilities. And right now, the way I'd like to go about that is I'm trying to create a survey for different clinics to see where they're failing people with disabilities. So I'm creating that right now. And then also I'd like to interview people with disabilities and see if there's any commonality of troubles they faced. One thing I've noticed so far that's really common in different healthcare clinics is that their desks are really high. So for people that use wheelchairs, it's very difficult for them to sign in, get someone's attention. So that's something I'd like to try to address right now, but I'm new on, so I'm still learning and trying to identify different things, different inequities for people with disabilities. Sorry, my thing is going out. And then if anyone has any questions, I'd like to, I'll open the floor up to discussion about that.
Sorry, go ahead,
I
Karen.
was just going to ask, you said you're doing or trying to get a survey for the different clinics. What area or how many clinics would that be?
I mean, I'm not exactly sure an exact number yet. Anything in the greater Knoxville area. So probably, or Knox County, I think is the area we serve is Knox County. So I'm sure there's a couple hundred clinics. And then, issue RAC, that's going to be an issue because I have a background in healthcare. Is there adverse to litigation? So if I have to figure out a way to do it, where they're not going to be as adverse to having someone get in and then identify a problem that they could potentially be sued for. It's a way to do it more anonymously.
This is Stephanie. Do you think that would it be helpful if you were given any anecdotal information from individuals with disabilities that have
That'd
had
be perfect.
positive and negative experiences with the healthcare system. That'd be better? Or would it
Yes,
be
that'd be
okay?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That's something I'm looking into right now, is trying to create a way to survey people or have a questionnaire for people, what problems they've experienced. And then also positive things too, I guess, is to see when clinics are doing something better than others.
Okay. So just so we don't jump ahead of things, would it be better to wait until you get your survey and then you give it to Misha or myself, and we'll be certain that all of Codi gets it and can participate?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That'd be really good, helpful.
Okay. Thank you. Great survey to do.
And then I want to make it kind of akin to we have at Disability Resource Center, we have an accessibility survey to different businesses. So I want to same format transfer just to healthcare clinic setting. Yes.
How will the information be used?
I don't think I have any power to enforce anything. If there's a way to do that, that'd be great. Mostly just education and dissemination. So hopefully creating a pamphlet to give to different healthcare clinics to see maybe like the top 8 most common mistakes we see, and then have it set up. So it's like, is your clinic doing this? And then underneath it would say, if you are, this is how it's affecting people with this disability. Anyone have any other questions? Or any
Just
input,
a
any
comment.
suggestions?
I appreciate your joining us when you just got your COVID test and you don't feel well. Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
That's a real trooper.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate not only you being here sick, but also just your dedication to people in this city with disabilities. So thank you for your work at Disability Resource Center. And we just hope that you have a great time there. And
thank you.
Thanks for joining the team. We love Disability Resource Center.
That's good. I do too.
Yeah, we're big fans in this group. So. All right, go get some rest.
Okay. Thank you.
You're released. Go take a nap.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll get to speak again. I'll have a better update when I have some more time here. Thank you all.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep. Bye.
All right, Karen, you want me to drive for a little bit? All right, this is Barbara. I want to thank you so much to Stephanie and to Karen for leading in my absence. We are going to move on to committee reports. Bylaws did not meet this month, and we'll schedule a meeting once Misha hears back from the law department regarding the updates on the new bylaws changes. The issue at hand is separating the bylaws into 2 documents. The city council met on September 5th and approved no longer confirming members, officers, and bylaws. So now that will be at the mayor's discretion. The membership committee also did not meet this month. The next meeting is scheduled for December 6th at 2 p.m. Membership is now listed on the Codi webpage as meeting bi-monthly rather than quarterly. Members of the committee will discuss the possible change from quarterly to bi-monthly at the December meeting and vote on it. Okay. That are those meetings. Do we have a report from Livability?
Yes, this is Maul. We did meet. Karen, do you have the minutes in front of you? If so, could you go ahead and report on those?
I give me just a second.
While she's pulling that up, after livability, we'll do universal design as well.
This is Cook. Would it benefit the two teams if you did universal design first?
I have them pulled up now. I just had to
okay.
Screen.
Okay.
Had too much stuff open. So we did meet, like Miss Konya said, on the 6th. We did discuss that the Knoxville Chamber Blast did generate one person contacting us, which was the Hope Springs Adult Daycare, which Ms. Konya did go out and meet with them, and they did pass the accessibility checklist on, I believe, July 13th. Misha has not gotten them the mailed them the window clean yet, but it is on her list of things to do. We discussed that we did not have any accessible surveys completed in August, so we're going to work on that. And that at the retreat, we did kind of approach things differently regarding letting people pick what restaurant they would want to go to and who they would want to go with, and that we don't just have to work with Market Square and Gay Street. We can anyone that's in the city, which is more accessible for some of us, just to let Misha know, if we do one, when it was, where it was, all of that, and make sure we do have the contact information filled out correctly. And then Ms. Konya is going to reach out to George Childress and Monica Shimon-Orr to see if they are open to doing a checklist in September, since they were originally scheduled for August. And then we discussed that we are going to start meeting every other month to try to improve attendance regarding livability, and that she will send out this Codi satisfaction survey that those at the retreat completed there to cover anyone who was not at the retreat. I think that was it, except for Misha is still working on getting the accessibility checklist completely accessible on the tablets. So we're relying more on the paper copies for now.
All right. Thank you, Lo. Universal design.
Yep, this is Simmons. We met. We revisited and reaffirmed that we think dinner and design is kind of a rough way to go. We can't really find an ends with the home builders of Greater Knoxville. They really, I think, as you remember, we discussed last time at the retreat, they mainly just meet amongst themselves and try to help one another out. But, we've been talking in the past about accessible dwelling units. We actually have some people that are presenting this and trying to get some zoning done where the ADUs can be put in. We have somebody around the city council where they're talking to us. That's good to know that they're looking at this. Then also, I'd sent out a flyer from Newsbreak. I don't know if you saw, where they're wanting to build an affordable, accessible housing out near Shoto, which I don't know if you know where Shoto is, but that's right in between West Knoxville and Farragut. And oddly enough, those people don't want that stuff out in that area. And of course, they've got the good reasons. We got traffic, we got this, but that's something I think you run up against too anyway. Everybody thinks they want to help people out with this affordable housing, but oh, hell no, not in my backyard. So that's kind of the interesting way that one plays out. In the meantime, NSKIP has opened up one, and that was good news. But we basically talked about, Nancy Wilson brought up, middle housing is missing. If you look at middle housing, basically talking about back when you used to have duplexes, some small apartments and things like that. So bringing middle housing back. But we as a group decided we'd like to try to get together some information on the accessible dwelling units, the missing housing, and try to put together something similar to what we put together for the visitable type C housing. that they presented, put something together in a PowerPoint that we can get something in to go somewhere with somebody who's got the teeth to actually make some changes. So we're looking at gathering information on the ADUs, the missing middle housing, the rent or rent. And there again, we've come up again. We've 8 times the highest of the next. So we had the largest increase the one time that a year or so ago that came up, and now see if I can find the actual number instead of pulling one out of my hat, which I usually pull it out of the other end instead of the hat. Let's see what we have here. We were 8% higher. If I'm not mistaken, I can't find my actual notes, but Knoxville was 8 times the national rate in July compared to July of 2022. We were 8 times higher than the national rate in our rent increase. So all of our housing, median income housing, median house cost is about $360,000, and our rent since there was less housing, we got a housing shortage. There's not enough houses to rent. There's not enough houses, so everybody just upped us. We all want everybody to want to keep our young people here in Knoxville and have an influx of blood. Can't nobody afford to live here at these places. So that's kind of where we're at. And if we as a group can come up with some solutions, we'll be local heroes. We may never have to buy a beverage in this town again. But that's not all we've got.
Thank you, Simmons. We will move on to current business, which is a new agenda item. It's not exactly new business, it's current business. So we're adding that in. Beginning with the November social, a number of emails have gone out with some details about our November social, including a survey that we all took about dates. So the November social will be in lieu of a regular Codi meeting where members will have an opportunity to get to know each other on a more personal level in order to foster cohesiveness between new and older members. This will take place in the downtown Market Square area on Friday, November 3rd from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. 1 second, Simmons. ASL interpreters will be scheduled to attend during those times. Yes, Mr. Simmons, what can I do for you? You had your hand up.
I did. Give me a second, you overachiever. Got to get down there and unmute my mic, too. Mish, you wanted me to bring up, I had mentioned a couple of places down there. Yeah. The Downtown Brewery and Grill, yeah. They've got a good menu. Pretty much anybody can eat anything they want. They have a lot of tables. So I thought that would be a good opportunity. She'd mentioned Tommy
Trent's.
Tommy Trent's. I've been in there a few times. I would recommend the grill as far as ease of access and all, as well as Not Watson's. But Not Watson's can tend to get somewhat high. I thought the downtown grill and brewery was good, just because it's open floor plan. Yeah, you got both high tops and low tables and a variety menu. You get anything from hamburgers to sandwiches. So I think the menu wise, everybody could find something they wanted. If anybody has any other recommendations.
Yeah, I think we also had Cafe 4 recommended. But if anybody else has other suggestions, now is the time to throw them out there. Okay. Well, we will make that decision and let everybody know ahead of time what those options will be. Next on current business, the Codi Grants Committee. The last time that subcommittee met was July 19th with Charles Lomax to discuss the possibility of partnering with the Urban League. The members of that ad hoc committee are Villanueva, myself, and Welch. We did have one other member but she has resigned from Codi. And so basically we would love for one more member to join that ad hoc committee to discuss the AARP grants process. This would be in addition to your normal committee memberships. So if anybody is interested in joining that committee to see what steps we're going to take next in the grant process, please talk to either Zubac or Villanueva. It's a good group. You should come join it. Next item is that all secretary.
Check style person.
What was that? Okay, moving along. Next item is that just wanted to make sure that all chairs for committees and strategic plan groups should be setting out an agenda for each meeting that is held. It's been sort of hit or miss. It needs to be routine. They need to be sent out a week in advance. Also, all secretaries for those groups should be listing members present for each meeting, and minutes should be sent to both Zubac and Codi Secretary Welch. If you do not have a template for taking meetings that lists current members, please email Zubac for that. Any questions about either one of those items?
This is good. Not a question, but Misha is very good about giving you an outline. So then all you have to do is punch in who was there, when you clocked in, call to order, adjourn, and some bullet points in the middle. So if you would like that, she has those outlines or templates, and she can send them to anybody on any committee at any time.
Correct. And when I was, this is Barbara again, when I was secretary for whatever I was secretary for, it's literally you just open last month's, copy and paste, change the information, and it's easy. So she makes it super, super simple. If anybody needs that, just let her know or let me know and we'll get it to you. Any other current business before we move on to new business? All right, moving along to new business. Schedules for half day and full day retreats for 2024. Half day retreat will be Wednesday, February 14th, tentatively scheduled from 12 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. That location is to be decided at some point. It'll be a great little Valentine's Day treat for everyone. And we will have a full day retreat either Wednesday, August 14th or Friday, August 16th, tentatively scheduled from 8:30 until 4. Okay, and we need to vote on if we would like to have it Wednesday, August 14th or Friday, August 16th. And we would. Did you get that, Monica?
Paul is trying to say something, please. Are you referring to next year? He's asking.
Yes. 2024.
I just wanted to make sure. Awesome. Thank you.
This is Cook. It may be good if we just go down the roll call. And when I say your name, would you please say, I prefer the 14th, which is a Wednesday in August of 2024, or the 16th, which is Friday. Or you could say Wednesday or Friday, just so I get an idea. And let me get glasses, get my pencil, get this stuff down. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alexander.
Present.
Do you I'm sorry. You got my funny bone tickled there.
Good.
Alexander, do you prefer for the full day retreat in August 2024, do you prefer Wednesday or Friday?
Fridays work a lot better for me.
Perfect. Okay. Barbara?
I prefer Wednesday, but I can work with either.
Okay. Brooks, not here. Kane?
Friday.
Carter. Did we lose Nancy? Well, Shooby-Doo. Okay, it's okay. Childress is not here. Eldridge is not here. Lowe.
Fridays are better, but I could do either.
Okay. For those that can do either, I'm jotting it down differently so I don't get in trouble with Misha and how I've let her know the record. Maxwell.
Fridays, but it's just according to what Fridays it falls on.
So I'm sorry, I missed a little bit. Would you just repeat that? I heard Friday and then.
And what was the other day? Fridays and what?
Wednesday, August 14, or Friday, August 16.
Oh, that's next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, either.
Okay.
Yeah, for that. Yeah, either.
Okay. Matheson. Mo, do you have a preference, Wednesday or Friday?
I prefer Friday, but with that far out with my work schedule, it's hard to say which one. So either or be fine. But Friday would probably be, if I'm guessing, going to be the better day.
Okie dokie. Robertson, Wednesday or Friday?
Friday.
Shimon or?
Friday.
Okay. I've just learned the sign for Friday. Simmons?
I'm all booked up in August 2024. But I'll go with Friday since the rest of the group does.
Okay. Villanueva?
Friday.
Welch?
Friday.
Okay. Well, right now it's looking like the Fridays have it. So thank you all for being willing to consider that and it being 11 months away.
Okay. Any other questions on that? Okay, moving along. T-shirts. So we had mentioned at our last meeting ordering T-shirts for Codi, and pretty much everybody was interested in that. And Misha did some investigating at Borderland Tees, and turns out they have a minimum order that we can't meet, so we probably won't use Borderland. But Misha has information on. Sorry, I'm reading Misha's notes and trying to convey it to you all at the same time. It's a little bit difficult because she gives tons of information. So we've got short sleeve and long sleeve options. She is going to email details along about what we have ordered and requesting a reply for the shirts that we're going to want. So she's going to send out all of this information and get our orders for Codi T-shirts. Cool. And I don't think we need to talk about all that. Okay, that's it for new business. Unless someone else has new business. All right. Then we're going to move on to announcements and public forum. So before I open the floor, by way of announcements, the 2024 Codi meeting schedule is now listed at knoxvilletn.gov/Codi. Updates will be made as necessary after the votes on bi-monthly membership committee meetings and the full day retreat. Zoom login links and passwords for meetings will remain the same. so members can easily access any Codi meeting. September 23rd, 2023 is Shine a Blue Light on Sign Language Awareness Day. And Zubac has reached out to Vreeland with City Communication to make him aware of the event and ask about the possibility of the city lighting up the Henley Street Bridge blue on that day. Okay, by this time, does anyone have any other announcements, or do we have members of the public that would like to take this opportunity to speak to the committee? Yes, Ms. Wildgruber.
Oh, thank you very much. My name is Marion Wildgruber. I'm from Oak Ridge, and I appreciate this opportunity. I'm sorry I jumped in earlier with a question when I shouldn't have as a member of the public about information with the DRC. I was curious. I am very happy to be able to come and tell everyone at Codi about an event that I've been spending the last 4 months working very hard as chair of the planning committee to organize in Oak Ridge. It's the first ever disability resource and awareness event to be held in Oak Ridge. We have done a lot in the last 18 months in Oak Ridge to move the dial on disability. We've created a disability advisory board, a city manager task group on transportation, low vision resource group, and now we're putting on a very large event in Oak Ridge on October 7th. It's a Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we're trying to invite members of the community of Oak Ridge, but also communities surrounding Oak Ridge, including Knoxville. I went to the event in Maryville in February or March, and there were 40 vendors there. It was really impressive, a wide variety of vendors with resources. And when I thought about chairing the one here and talk to people here, I wanted to have something more than a static event with tables and brochures. So what we've put together is an event with about 40 vendors, but we also have about 20 demonstrations. We have 10 speakers. We have music, art, food, games, prizes. We wanted to raise awareness of people in the community as well as bring information to people with disabilities and their families. The idea is so that people in the community will want to come and participate, and it's interactive and it's interesting, and highlighting the achievements and abilities of people with disabilities and not just their needs, so that people will go back home and start thinking about creating communities that all people can live, work, and play to their full potential. So we named the event Access Oak Ridge, Creating Communities for All Abilities. And we are very, very excited about it. I sent a flyer to Stephanie and Misha, and also a list with the program of events. We have the Disability Resource Center coming with their Extreme Challenge course. We have Knoxville Center for the Deaf that are one of our main sponsors because they are bringing 3 interpreters as an in-kind donation, which is huge. We were looking to hire sign language interpreters for our speakers, and we were very grateful to them for that. We also have Disability Rights Network coming from Nashville. We have Low Vision Resource Services coming from Chattanooga, Guide Dogs for the Blind representative coming from Atlanta, and a lot of other people coming from the Knoxville area as well. So we are really encouraging people to come, and would like you all to please take the flyer electronically from Stephanie and share it with your networks. We are just trying to get the word out and get as many people who want to take advantage of this opportunity to know about it as possibly can. We're aware of the COVID situation. We're providing free KN95 masks. We have brown bag lunches and plenty of outdoor seating opportunities, and lots of hand sanitizer. So it's going to be quite a big and fun event. And I appreciate your time and letting me come and tell you about it.
Thank you so much for reminding us that we actually passed out the flyer at our last meeting, and so we're all aware of it. One quick question: are there any social media posts that we could easily get to and share that way?
Yes, the latest flyer with all of our sponsors added and a QR code that will take you to the website with the activities program and very soon our vendor list is at Enable All. That is the Facebook page for our local disability group in Oak Ridge.
Excellent.
Thank you for asking.
Mary Ann, would you just repeat or spell the Facebook group so that I make sure I have it correctly? Thank you.
Yes, Enable All.
Oh, okay. That Enable All is the Facebook page. And if so, we look that up, we'll get all the deets on this event.
The new flyers at the top of the group page.
Okay. Thank you. Great job setting this up. Shout out to Mary Ann because she called me a year or two ago. I've heard that Knoxville has some kind of group that talks about important issues with the disability community, and we need something like that in Anderson County and Oak Ridge. And here she is putting all that together a year, 2 years later, and has a huge event planned. So kudos to you, Mary, and never doubt that one individual can always make a difference.
Oh, I've had help, but thank you. It's taken the stuffing out of me this summer, but I've had help.
Just so y'all know that I looked it up real quick. The way to find that on Facebook is the word Enable, then the word All, then Oak Ridge. And then
thank you.
It's the first thing that pops up, and that flyer is right on the top. Cool. That way we can easily share it across our socials. I see that hand up. You got a question?
No, I wanted to make a comment about Catalyst. They're very active, and even they are now leading hiking in the Smokies.
I'm sorry, they're going to be there. They're bringing their special bike that they had up in the Smokies to take on the trail, their hand bike, and they're bringing their kayaks and their special harnesses they use for rock climbing. And yes, Catalyst Sports will be there too. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm mostly into the mountain biking, but they have a lot going on.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for reminding us of that. Any other questions, comments, announcements? Anybody got anything else?
This is Welch. I have a couple announcements. Friday, September 22nd, the John T. O'Connor Senior Center will be having a fall prevention awareness event. It is from 8:30 to 11:30, and they'll have all kinds of balance screenings, exercises to help prevent falls, talk with pharmacists about medications, get your vision checked, how to make your home safer. So that's a great event coming up, which is is that next Friday? So I can send a flyer out for that. And then this Friday, there is a Senior Safety Summit Resource Fair at the O'Connor Senior Center from 9 to 12. And it'll be a senior resource fair with over 35 vendors representing emergency services, disaster response, medical resources, and organizations that help older adults with end of life planning, or even what do you do in case of an emergency. And this is in observance of 9/11. It's like a service project for the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. And I can send a flyer in regards to that. And then the last one. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks to your throwing names around, I will be there Friday. Maybe
Okay.
just a tad later than 9, but I will be there Friday. So if any of you guys show up, come see me at the Disability Services desk. Okay.
Awesome. That will be great to see you. And yes, everybody come join us. And then the last one I have is October the 20th. There's an aging adult resource fair at Carter Senior Center, and it is actually a medication take back and document shredding, but it'll also be a vendor fair as well with a variety of organizations and businesses that serve Knox County, and they'll be able to answer questions and explain programs on how to assist families and caregivers and such and older adults in our community. So 3 different events coming up, but I can send all that information out to everybody.
Excellent. Thank you, Welch. But yeah, please send that our way. It's all great stuff. Anybody got anything else? Cook, you got anything else?
Well, darn it. It looks like it's a moot point now, but I saw there was a Davidson on here, and I was going to ask Davidson. Anyway,
This is Marion. She's going to kill me. She is on our planning committee, and I forgot to mention her when I was mentioning that we had a whole lot of people involved in putting on this fair. And after I talked about the fair, she left, and I thought, darn it, I heard her on my voiceover leaving. So, yeah.
It's okay. I just wanted
I'll get
to
some more stuffing taken out of me when I talk to her next. Yeah.
Well, now you've mentioned it, and now it's officially in the minutes. So you
Yes.
Oh, it's even recorded. I'll tell her. Thank you very much.
Davidson. Oh,
Yes. She's a
Cody's-
force to be reckoned with. Thank you.
Cody is just super big on anybody that wants to speak has an opportunity. So I saw that name. I didn't recognize it, and I had it in the back of my mind to make sure.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Sure. And it looks to me like Brooks is here. Okay, Brooks, I got you on the roll call.
Hey, Kane, which event, I saw that comment, which event will you be at with a booth?
I will be there this Friday, so the 15th.
For legal aid.
Oh, cool.
Very good. Okay. Any more announcements? Anything else we need to talk about? All right. We will adjourn 4:17 p.m. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks,
great week.
everybody.
Thank you.